Craft by Elaine Fox. Read by Gráinne Gillis. Introduction. I lay on my bed, sobbing uncontrollably. Crying was rare for me, but I was overcome by the enormity of the mistake I'd made. I was 17 years old, and several weeks before, I had decided not to apply for a university place. Instead, my plan was to train as an accountant so that I could make enough money to travel the world. But after several weeks as a work experience trainee in a local accountancy firm, I knew I had made the wrong decision. It felt like I'd destroyed my future. Everyone was perfectly friendly, but I found the office staid and the work soul-destroying. Every day I would stare out the window, counting down the minutes until 5 p.m. so that I could leave. I knew I could not stick with accountancy, but coming from a low-income, albeit very supportive, working-class family in Dublin, my options felt very limited. Education seemed like my only escape, but I'd realised too late, and the application deadline for university was tomorrow at noon. The Central Applications Office, which handled applications for every university in the country, was in Galway, on the other side of the country, and the final date to post the forms had long passed. I buried my head back into the pillow until a gentle knock on the door jolted me out of my misery. My parents had never seen me so upset as I told them how I'd missed my opportunity. "Well, actually you haven't," my mother said. I was stunned when she suggested we get a late train to Galway, stay overnight and deliver the forms by hand the next morning. This positive thinking was completely out of character for my mum, who typically zoned in on problems rather than finding solutions. But my genuine distress seemed to push her into action. Before I knew it, my dad had driven us to Euston Station on the other side of Dublin, and I was sitting on the Galway train filling out my application forms. My mother and I stayed in a tiny B&B that night, and we had fish and chips in a busy restaurant overlooking the sea that evening. I still vividly remember the joy I felt the following morning when we found the applications office and handed over my sealed envelope. 6 months later, following much intense study to make sure I got the grades, a letter arrived to offer me a place in general science at University College Dublin. And that began an incredible journey into academia that I'm still exploring. When I look back over those 40 years since leaving school, it's incredible to reflect on the many twists and turns my life has taken along the way. I have had many highs and also many lows. Every transition has required multiple adjustments that forced me to change as a person, both internally and externally, in order to cope and adapt. For instance, as a shy teenager, I would rarely take centre stage and was terrified about speaking to groups of people. I had to work hard to overcome this fear of public speaking to become a university teacher, science communicator and life coach to numerous elite sports people and business people to help them reach the top of their game. There is little doubt that my interest in studying the psychology of adaptability and resilience, which has become a lifelong passion, was forged by these early experiences. And of course, I now realise that even if I had missed that deadline for university, there would have been a way around it, or I could have taken another path altogether. Life is often about opening up to new possibilities and being able to see routes around obstacles and setbacks. There are all...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?